Hello. Premiere wasn't fun enough. Do a little live chat. If anyone's free, not doing anything important, I should be doing my laundry. It's almost done. Anything important? There we go. I should be doing my laundry. Been wondering why that wouldn't work. And it's not giving me the pop-out chat. There it is. Woohoo! I think I kind of wanted to go live. Hey, prep for it. Because I still have some questions. Hopefully a couple of the people from the premiere earlier stopped by. Let's see here. This is so hard to get used to. All right, here we go. I just don't like the StreamYard. And every time I start StreamYard, I'm reminded again, I can still test out the other idea. Yeah, maybe I'll write that down. Write it down. How's it going, prep for it? Redneck Renegade, howdy. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek at something. I haven't done the video yet. I'm trying to dry it out. I have hopes for this piece of fatwood. But I'll give you a sneak peek since there's only a couple of you here. This right here, let's see, it's got moss on it, so as it dries it might become messy, but I've been looking for a particular piece. Gosh, this smells so good. All right, I put it away, but I need to hollow it out. Hint, hint, hint. I'm hoping that works out for what I want it for. That's all I'm gonna say. Nope, it's not a bowl. It's like a centerpiece. I gave Johnny and my woodsman a little hint last week. I might be going for it with the shovel. But yeah, I got a video coming up on that. Gotta let it dry out. I will not tell anyone about the sneak peek. I'm sure there's a few people that might come by and watch the chat later. Usually when I do a live stream, I have it set to automatically go to unlisted. So all my live streams go into specific playlists. It's me. What's my favorite movie? I don't watch movies. Lonesome Dove. There we go. I watch old movies. Hey, Hank's in the house. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Old Man was asking me why I was cutting the nubbies on a tree, and I was passing up fatwood, and I was looking through the chat to see if I missed anything. Hi, Vanessa. And someone was asking about the whole tree. I'm asking about, I did the premiere earlier with the fatwood hunt. And the tree only had fatwood, and it was a cut piece. It only had fatwood in the branches, but those branches were fatwood all the way to the tippity top, which is sometimes rare. And it's what made such a good haul. And they were pretty big pieces too, but it's not very often you get fatwood completely full to the very top. A lot of times you get disappointed and it only comes up to here and a little bit over here and then way down over here and the rest is rotted. But I was really happy. The reason I didn't have video finding that is because I had just hauled that, I don't know, 30 pounds of fatwood, 25 pounds. I just hauled that bag to my car, and I decided to just set my gear down and just take a walk around the lot and just kind of cool down. And that's when I was like, oh, didn't get video of that, but Old Man, there you are. I think you're the one that asked me. I wanted to help you understand. Or maybe it was about the little nubs on the tree. Oops. Gosh darn it, I knew I was going to do that. I got stick tights on this bag, and here I am rubbing up against it with my leg, getting them all on my leg. But some of those little nubs of fatwood that I cut off the tree, it does seem like a waste of energy, but sometimes I have to, because as I'm sawing on a big branch, my hands are nicking it or it's in the way, and I'll cut that thing right off and pitch it or keep it. Jerry, SKS, you go. Thanks for coming. Wasn't sure what y'all were doing tonight, if it's okay to go live on the eve of a holiday, but hey, I need a break from, well, I almost got my laundry completely folded and I do need to take a shower, but hey, doing my Thanksgiving at my sister's house across town, so got some things made up and the other stuff will be made in the morning, and we'll all get fat and sleepy tomorrow. You still need to call it, oh, weight. I'm like, wheat. Still need to call it weight challenged wood, not fat wood. Oh, I get it. You don't want to hurt its feelings. You know, I really suspect I still can't trace the origins, or I could try again, but I still think fatwood is called fatwood because it looks like fat. I mean, not all of it, but it does look like ripping through some fat, you know, maybe, or it's just fat with resin. Oh, Rich Crabtree, you think it was you? It might have been you. It was somebody. I appreciate the questions. I love it. And I have a select 4 or 5 big pieces of fatwood, like stuff I can't take with just my pruning saw. And I got a friend, but the timing, we need to get the chainsaw out there. And if I can get Ron T. Sawyer back up here, I'm going to take him up on that offer if he wants to come down. Origins. God, I really need to learn to type. Origins from fatwood. Fatwood was originally found in the remnants of longleaf pine stumps scattered across the southeastern U.S. In fact, the word fatwood became a descriptor meaning the word, wait, boy, this is hard to read. In fact, the word fatwood became a descriptor meaning the wood in these stumps was fat with flammable resin, therefore perfect for fire starters. So there it is. All this time, I just needed to search properly. I'm still learning the computer, even though it's been 3 years. But there it is. Meaning the wood in these stumps was fat with flammable resin. We got it right there. At least that's what Google says. A lot of people don't trust Google. Lynn's back. Hello, Lynn. I can't remember what you said. I missed something you said. Something about Seth. Something he was excited about. Origins are interesting, but now my brain is full. Gotcha. Look in a farm and feed store for for a large 2-wheel cart. Right. I had Life with Laura Michaels out here 2 years ago, a year and a half, and she brought her cart and we managed to fit it in the back of my Chevy. I wouldn't be able to fit it in this little puny little Saturn I drive. Just ashamed to admit what I drive right now. Looking up farm and feed. But yeah, it must not be that big of a deal for me to put it off this long. Plus, I like to be a little inconspicuous. I wonder sometimes if people are going to ask me or wonder what the hell I'm wheeling around or if I'm going to look like a bag lady. I guess, especially if I were to pull around a cart with an umbrella, get me a big baggy dress. We used to have a bag lady in town and she was interesting. I hope she's still alive. I haven't seen her in a while. Let's see here. What did I do to my thumb? Okay, I'll only tell if one of you promise. I'm going to have to find that link again. Seth learned one of the Nathan Farrell rods. He was able to throw sparks really good. He was excited about it. That's what it was. Cool. That chat got going pretty fast. Chevy Suburban. Oh man, that's a gas hog. My thumb. I'll only tell you what I did with my thumb if, as long as someone promises to go to Jason McDaniel's video and ask him what happened to Shalisa's thumb. So I'm gonna have to find that link. Let's see here. YouTube, Jason McDaniel. There we go. I'm gonna drop. You gotta be kidding me. You should have came up naturally. All right, I'll just tell you. No more playing games. I was getting ready for Fatwood Anonymous Sunday night, and I had lots of plans for Fatwood Anonymous Sunday night, and I thought it was the perfect day for a bonfire, and I had a ton of branches and stuff I needed to get burned up, and I was making me a nice, setting me up a nice little bonfire to sit and enjoy after Fatwood Anonymous. And I always hurt myself when I'm exhausted, and I have to use self-discipline and tell myself when and when not to use sharp objects. Okay, I'll get to the point. I was just ripping the pruning saw on some of these branches because I couldn't get the little branches to tear, and I just somehow went and right over the top of my knuckle, and right where the knuckle is, where all the little grooves are, I've got two good healthy slices on, and I didn't go get stitches, and I think I'll be okay. I'll only know till later after I take my shower, take the dressing off, and redress it, and should be fine. Rit. Yeah, ouch. But the reason I wanted someone, I even put it in the video tonight, and I even put the link up there in one of the cards to go tell Jason McDaniel or ask him, because just days before I did that, maybe 2 days, 3 days, he posted a video and he hurt his thumb and he jinxed me. So I thought maybe I could get someone to go over there and say, hey, what happened to Shalisa's thumb, and freak him out and make him come over and find out what happened. Because he jinxed me. I love Jason. It's like a little brother. 7.4 gasoline engine. Jesus. 100 miles per quarter tank. Hi, Sue. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, by the way. This is awesome. I love Thanksgiving. I'm going to ask y'all a question. Don't have to answer it. Does anyone else cook up a turkey, roast turkey, more than once a year? Come on, let me see some hands. Somebody. Turkey is very inexpensive, and I'm ashamed to admit I haven't roasted a turkey off season in a while, and I need to get back to doing that because it's inexpensive and it's easy to cook, and turkey should be eaten more often other than Thanksgiving. Hey, GM Survival, welcome, good to see you. Yeah, I encourage you all, and I encourage myself because, well, I've had a rough year, but no excuses. We need to roast turkey more than once a year. It's good stuff. Yes, 2 turkeys, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Well, that works. I forgot some people do it for Christmas too. Any day is good for turkey. There you go. Yeah, a long time ago, before my back and my health and all that, I used to cook it up at least 2, 3 times a year. Do you remember that, Alan? Back when Brian was alive? Yeah. Thanks, old man.
Back then we were pretty creative with our chicken.
Oh, yeah, we were. Yeah, you do have to get creative when you're on a low budget for food. And turkey's a lot of meat, and you can make sandwiches and you can eat it for the next 2, 3 days. Some people eat it for 7, but everyone's different. Wild turkey is a healthy drink. Prep for it. No. Bad. One more quick peek. Pretty. No explanation. I gotta get to work on that. Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. Well, let me think. What else was I gonna talk about? I was like, I kind of wish I should have set up like a Fatwood Anonymous right after that premiere, because there was so much to talk about. I don't know how excited you guys were, but I sure as heck was. Yeah, I'm getting sticky tights all over me, gosh darn it. You know, it's funny, every time you get in the woods, you don't get into any stick tights until you're just finishing and coming out, because they're always on the edge of the woods. What's up with that? Wind thing? Wind blows the seeds and they all plant a certain area like asparagus. I don't know how good this camera is, but there's that one piece. Ain't that pretty? If I had the money, I would send each of you a sniff pack of this stuff, because you guys just, Okay, so who's going out for Thanksgiving and who's staying home and who's doing nothing? And yes, isn't that pretty? I keep forgetting about the lag on this. The lag on StreamYard is like almost, it's a lot longer. You're working, boo. At least you're making money. Hopefully they pay you double. Just heading to work, but take care, Shalisa, in chat. Thanks, Prep, for it. Safe drive and all that. Take care. I like to buy turkeys after the holidays. They cut the price in half sometimes. Right on. I like that. Yeah, it does kind of look like a little nest, doesn't it? I'm really bad about keeping secrets. Really, really bad about keeping secrets. Don't ever tell Shalisa your secrets. I just got this big, beautiful piece of fatwood, and I can't tell nobody what it is. I kind of already did, but I can't wait to make that video. Hope that piece turns out right. Can't keep secrets for the life of me. Oh, I'm hoping really soon, like in the next 2 weeks, maybe 3, hopefully sooner than that, I can get to the gun range and test out my new rifle. That'll be fun. Hopefully it'll be nice, warm but chilly day. Stalker Steve, how's it going? What the heck you eating? Burger? Lynn's going to her mom's. Right on. Shalisa Shell, we aren't going to fix a Thanksgiving dinner. We are going to the naval base for our dinner. Nice. Nice. Do you meet there regularly and have friends that you remember and all that? Or Tell me more. Soup slurp. Right on. No grilled cheese or crackers or anything, just slurp, huh? That's cool. I love hearing about that stuff. Get-togethers for Thanksgiving like that. Can't remember what it was that the fire station we'd always go and join for something. Going to the beach with a day-old cold pizza. Right on. Cool. If it's warm enough where you're at, right on. Anything works, as long as you're having a good day. No, it's a bubblehead basement. I'm going to take that as some kind of inside joke between you and the Navy. Bremerton. Staying home. The in-laws live next door. Oh no, you're like Everybody Loves Raymond. In-laws live next door and we're just celebrating it together with a brother and some friends. Right on. Hike with Mike. How you doing? You gonna take you some leftover Thanksgiving food out when you go on your next hike? Right on. I love it. Holidays are good. I need to take advantage of my holiday tomorrow and see if I can talk my sisters, the four of us, into maybe getting together just as a sister get together, because I don't think we've ever done that. And I think it might be hard to do with all our different schedules, but I think it's needed and it'd be a good thing. It's pretty bad. I have three sisters. We see each other here and there, but we've never, all four of us, gone out. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that tomorrow if I can remember. Leanne, fist bump. Papa Texas in the house. How you doing? I bet you're making that yummy Papa Texas Chex Mix surprise. Can't remember what specialty you had for it. I haven't made Chex Mix in so long. Check your email, Shalisha. Okay, I do need to do that. Lee Ralph is in the house. Thanks for coming. It's good to see you. Let me check. Oh, I finally found the origins of the term fatwood. Let's see. And I have been lazy lately about my emails. Sticker Mule, SKS Hugo from November 26th, from yesterday. Wow. Oh, had a mishap with my water test on the 26th, Alan.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And ran out of the specified time. Yep, I knew he'd do that. I turned in the water test and he didn't send it to the lab in time.
Huh.
Go figure.
Well, whatever, it's just water.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, is the water fountain clean? Can I just like put that on?
Yep, I've rinsed it, and unless you want to wait.
Yeah, I'll wait for you to do it. Don't want to mess up any threads when I'm good at that.
Send some link. Ooh, goodies. Thank you, SKS. Well, cool. Oh, gotcha. All right. Back to the chat. I always get excited when I do a live stream. So good to see everybody. Got to hit the dreaded interstate highway and leave for the countryside. Oh, right on the Birdman. I wish I could help you, Lynn, so you could come help me. Did find a huge batch of fat wood. Need to process it. Woohoo! That's the best part of finding fat wood is stuff to process. I love sitting down outside. I got a little stool and a little butt pad seat cover cushion thing I sit on and scooch up to one of the stumps, and I can process fat wood for hours. Making Chex Mix right now. Right on. That's cool. It's probably pretty cheap to ship. Well, then again, yeah. It wouldn't be cheap to ship because you're like, even though it's light, you still have that minimal amount you have to pay as a parcel. Because I used to send out little chips of fat wood and army green paracord for little Christmas ornaments. I sent out 10 one year and it cost me $30 because at the time, $3 minimum for the parcel, and they wouldn't let me send it in a 50-cent envelope. But yeah, I was like, man, I wish I could send out something to everybody, but Christ, $30 for 10 people. It's like, man, can't we just be loving and giving this time of year and not have to pay for it? Submarine sailors are bubbleheads. I was a surface sailor. Right on. That's what I was wondering. Thanks, old man. You saved me from having to look that up because it's still, sometimes I get something in my head and I got to look it up later. Oh, bubbleheads. That makes sense too. Bama fan. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Thank you. Appreciate you coming by. Still got me wondering about Alabama bushcrafter every time I see you because he's Pastor Bama. Hope he's okay. I shouldn't have brought that in. Where is that example? Oh, I didn't get any video of it, but I found a really good place to collect birch bark. And for the last few years, you know, everyone's got birch bark, and it's always the white paper birch. And I don't know why, but for some reason I thought it had to be white paper birch. And I was out, I think last spring, and I found a new place to walk, and I found a whole lot of river birch, not the yellow birch. I have actually tested the yellow birch too, but all birch bark is pretty sparkly and resiny, and I can even see a couple of drops of resin on this. Unless that's rain. But yeah, I've got all the birch bark that I want. It's just not white paper birch. And I'm pretty sure it's river birch. Not 100% sure. Oh, Lynn, yes, you do. Seriously, though, there's some millionaire scientist, someone needs to get on the ball about this damn smell-o-vision, because I know it's possible. Because I want to share with y'all. Look at this, how sweet this stuff is compared to this stuff. This is more like pineapple, and this one's more like citrus. I mean, think about it. I've seen a documentary once about this scientist who can conjure up, he chemist too or something. He could conjure up the smell for anything. I can't remember what he did it for, but he had a living of making artificial smells. And if he can make these smells in all these little tubes and stuff, why can't there be some kind of box and it all computerized and just little fan blowing and just release a little bit of this or that to resemble what the TV show is, just so you can be a little bit more interactive. I'm a little crazy for thinking that, but I mean, seriously, it can't be that difficult. It's not perfect. It wouldn't be 100% correct, but anytime we first start something, it's always room to improve upon. But come on, man, bring out the smell-o-vision. I know you could turn off the bad smells if you want, you know. Make sure you have it set to where it doesn't go off when you're watching something about a cattle farm or something. Dave Quick, I'm jealous at the great fat wood you got in your last video. Well, thank you. You know, about that, I had 30 minutes of video and I cut it down as much as I could, but that fatwood score reminded me of one specific fatwood score in the past. I was going to put a clip of that in there and I never did. But it was 2 summers ago. It was on my birthday. And I was sitting in the woods just off of this trail, and I was opening a package from Todd Parnaby in the UK. And it said camp tool on it, but it turned out to be one of his custom-made knives, and it was so shiny and mirror-like. I could go grab it, but then I could end up hurting myself in the pile that I got going over there. It's the holiday season, you know. But that video, I opened up that beautiful knife. It was so cool, and I had the chickadees chirping around me. It was so cool. It was such a great video. But that same spot, I found that same kind of fatwood, and it had that same grain that was not perfectly round, but kind of ovally, and if that's a word. They need to shut off the smell-o-vision when you toot. That'll work. Iron Fire Horse. Call someone that you don't care and pass them some gas. That's funny. Yeah, I like that. You change it on the, put smell-o-vision on the phones too. So it's a little bit, there you go. Do this way, that way. But that type of pattern just reminds me a lot of that tree that I found fatwood from 2 years ago. And it's just super tight around the edges, and then it's further apart in the center. And it's just so rich. I was just so excited. These things just weigh a ton, because lately I've just been picking stuff up off the floor. And these are the fun pieces, because you can really process these down to really big usable pieces. I need to take up Ron T. Sawyer on that offer to come down and bring the chainsaw, or somebody. I still got my friend that will help me, but he's been busy too. And then you've got my schedule, and then you've got the weather's schedule. But I do eventually want to get the chainsaw and go get some serious fatwood for once, because I do know I collect a lot of little stumps that I can carry home, or branches. But I do find fatwood throughout, and I bring home what I can. It's fun. I like, there's a gnarly pine forest that's really cool. It's like there's some kind of disease, but all those weird trees that are all crooked and weird and gnarly, those ones seem to have the most resin release, just seeping in everywhere. I need to find me another gnarly pine forest. Dave, blessed are the lips of the speaker without a tongue. Go smell-o-vision. Seriously, it's possible. I believe that. And there's no reason why it shouldn't be done yet. Yes, ovally. I can't keep it a secret anymore. I just can't. I really hope this works out, but I've been looking for a piece for a couple years now. And like I figured, it's rotted in the center, which is what I need. I need a hollow stump. But I'm going to have to figure out how to see how the rot's kind of starting to turn into more like a dirt. If I can get the right knife or the right tool and just baton through and go around in a circle, I can get a beer stump that's just the right size for a centerpiece in the table for a certain friend on YouTube that does beer reviews, and he would have his own beer stump. That's my goal. I can't keep it a secret anymore, but I've been wanting to go out and get this for a while, and I'm hoping this is the stump that will be what I've been looking for. But I won't know until I properly get this centered out just right. And it's not as flat as I want it, because I had to dig around it to saw around it. And one good thing I like about how uneven this is it is at an angle rather than completely flat. That way, as this person's doing a video, he can have it angled a little bit more towards the camera, so the top is more visible. But I'm hoping if I can get this finished and dried and everything, that this will be a beer stump for a friend. And I've got video, but I'm waiting for this to dry. I've had it out set up in a tree where the wind can blow and the sun could shine on it, because it's been pretty soggy. Mr. Mach 1, Gary, Michigan friend, how are you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Uh-oh, I'm getting behind. I don't want to smell a vision away. No good fatwood in New Jersey? You sure about that? You know, I believe for I think 9 months I didn't have no fatwood around here. I'm pretty sure, isn't New Jersey? No, New Jersey isn't that close to Virginia. What was I thinking? You got to have at least some apartment complexes or cemeteries you could poach from. Ooh, man, that smells pretty good, even though it is kind of dirty and rotty in the center. And that smells real good. You won't be number one. Woohoo, I'm doing great. Now that's an answer. I like that. Get a battery operated sawzall with a 12-inch blade. It would be a lot lighter than a chainsaw. Oh, for harvesting fatwood. Plus she wouldn't let everyone in the neighbor know. Yeah. After seeing Red Gone to Gray, I think was his name, is his name. After seeing him with a sawzall, to me it looked harder and more difficult, because, well, it's heavier, and you really still have to turn and force it. I've got a bad back, so the heavier makes it worse. Sometimes I have to hike out pretty far, so I'd have to haul that extra weight. It'd be fun to have. I have family that has sawzalls, and I can always use for, borrow for a minute, like a project. But as far as a sawzall, I don't think it's for me. I just seem to do better with the really cheap, believe it or not, pruning saws. The more expensive ones, this cheap brand that I have seems to work better. Everyone's different opinion, and they're light. Happy Thanksgiving, Aaron. Yeah, I like the idea that it won't wake up the neighborhood. I really like that, because I don't want people knowing what I'm doing. But then again, who really pays attention in this world anymore? I have to buy my fatwood from the Home Depot. What a bummer. it's really good stuff. I mean, it's super good fat wood. I know, shame on me for saying that, but store-bought fat wood is pretty badass. It's just from mostly from Honduras. The whole fun is finding it. So don't ever put it off to thinking that you won't ever find fat wood. Always keep it in the mind and keep your eyes open, because you may be surprised. You may see a pine somewhere around you there in New Jersey, and a broken one for that drippy, resiny piece of fine fat wood hanging off a tree. And just remember where it's at and go back with a saw. Taco Bell might have some, yeah, yes, Taco Bells often have fat wood. Oh, I've been back to that Taco Bell and looking at some of those spots that I had cut. There's some new ones that the landscapers don't seem to know what they're doing, but they've left some nubs that are really drippy. I got more fat wood at Taco Bell that I could collect. Zip the lips. Yes, I'm making a beer stump. I remember the. They don't sell it here in Depot. That's good. Most Walmarts and Lowe's do. I think Myers around here does. Got some years ago that didn't work too well. Huh. Man, ever since I figured out how to find the fat wood, I just can't keep. It's like, even when I'm watching a video, I'm like, oh, you just, oh. Driving down the road, my son gets mad if I start talking to him about what I'm looking at. Shouldn't you be watching the road? Yeah. Firewood's nice, I've always been a big bonfire freak, and I've always used paper. Then start watching all you guys on YouTube and y'all talking about it. Got me motivated to do a video. I think it was Aaron Nelson was the first fatwood video that got me interested. The first one he didn't really, but the second video I was like, and then boom, watched fatwood videos all weekend, and next thing you know, that was it. Got some new. Oh, Walmart fat was pretty good, huh, too? Thanks, Simple Means. Thank you. I bought a little box of fat wood from because I was curious a while back. They call it the Farm Bureau, where you get the bird seed and all that. I bought me a little box one year. That was pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of the Southern fatwood. It reminds me a lot of the Louisiana fatwood. I really like that kind of fatwood because it's super straight. It's very sparkly. It's wild crazy. And it's easy to process the fatwood down to little tiny sticks, and you can, depending on how long your fatwood is, yes, I just said that, you can make some pretty long sparkly sticks. So I've had somebody send me some Louisiana fatwood, really long pieces, and I was able to make some long sparkly sticks I gave to the neighbors when it was 4th of July. They had fun with those. But yep, I said it. That didn't sound good. Oh, thanks, Simple Means. I'm glad you're enjoying that. I wish I could still send fatwood out. Money's been kind of tight, but man, I want to send everybody out a piece of this stuff. Man, The fatwood I got in today's video, the first half of the video was jack pine, and it was just that really soft, sweet, waxy stuff. Just an incredible smell. It's just, maybe it's me, but I think it smells like kind of like pineapple. And then I hit the high octane, the red pine, and it just smells like really good, strong fatwood. But that jack pine stuff that I have around here, the really soft red stuff is really sweet. What are you smiling about? How long is it, Shalusa? Do you want me to go get it? We used it, but never called it fatwood, and never used it with a ferrule rod before YouTube. Well, that's cool that I just found that freaking origin just by looking it up straight. I've been looking up the origins of fatwood all wrong. And for those of you that weren't on here earlier, see if I can find it. Origins of the term fatwood is fatwood was originally found in the remnants of longleaf pine stumps scattered across the southeastern U.S. In fact, the word fatwood became a descriptor meaning the wood in these stumps was fat with flammable resin. I think someone had tried to tell me that. I thought they were agreeing. Maybe they had looked it up too. But there it is. That's what Google says anyways. Can't always trust Google. But that's pretty cool. Cool. Well, it's 10:30. I'm going to finish putting my laundry away and pick up the house a little bit. So tomorrow's a little bit easier because tomorrow is going to be fun in the kitchen. And have me a nice shower before I go to bed so I sleep real good. Change the bandage on my poor thumb, and hopefully it won't be all black and rotted. No. Oh yes, Pacific North. Yep, fatwood smells like lime candy. It's got that great citrus smell. You guys have a great Thanksgiving here in the U.S. Everyone else have a great day. Everyone just have a good time. If you're going out Black Friday shopping, please be careful and have a good weekend. And I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. And you all take care, and we'll see you on the next one. This time, hopefully, Fatwood Anonymous will happen because I won't cut my thumb open and bleed all over the house. So. Redneck Renegade, nice block, 3.5 gallon bags with mason. Thank you, everyone. You take care. Peace. Bye-bye. Happy Thanksgiving.